We all know that commercial of the employee sitting at home, half-dressed, waiting for the online business meeting, right? Well, that fantasy is now becoming a reality nowadays, with more people working at home. We can all relate to this because we are all currently distance learning. We know that environment, we're sitting in it, we're learning, but yeah, we're there. We might not all be dressed up all fancy, but we will get the job done. That might also lead into your career choice for your life. You might think you're going to go somewhere and work in an office space or with many people, but you might be at home working alone. And so COVID will be changing the way America does business this year from home. I am here today to talk to you about how COVID has affected different ranking jobs, how your work life might overlap with your home life, and how working from home might not be that bad. So to start off, many different ranking jobs have been affected this year. Higher ranking jobs might not be as much, but the lower ranking jobs for surely have been losing many. So with higher ranking jobs, they are able to stay at home. They're able to get their work done as the same as they were in the office. Nicholas Bloom, Stanford's professor of economics, found out through his survey this year that 51% of higher ranking jobs are able to maintain at home with the resources they need. They will have what they have, they will get done what they need to get done while being at home, with an 80% efficiency rate. Now leading into lower ranking workers, they don't have all the resources they need to get this done. Nicholas Bloom also found out that 65% of Americans have the resources they need with the sustainable internet connection that they also need, while the remaining 35% don't have the right amount of internet, or they have a poor connection or no internet at all. So that leads into working at home. How do you know when to call it quits? If you're working at home, how do you know when to stop? So, 10% of a study done by Nick Rotley, who is the author at Visual Capitalist, found out that 10% of the problem of working at home is at-home distractions. You could get easily distracted and be pulled away from your desk or computer and lose that time that you would have needed otherwise. And then a study done by Rosanna DeRuthi, the Vice President of Global Diversity, found out that 30% of parents with school-age children are unable to maintain being a parent while at the same time being able to do their job. And then another 60% said they are unable to do this because their employers are not allowing it in their schedule, because it's just all over the place and you're not getting done what you need to get done. Vinod Kumar, the CEO of Vodafone Business, stated that your 9-to-5 regular schedule will no longer be what a 9-to-5 usually is. Your hours are going to get mixed up plenty while working at home with the 10% of distractions just at home, just in general. So now, working at home might not be that bad. In fact, Texas A&M Transportation Institution found out that you spend 54 hours of your lifetime in a vehicle. That means while you're at home, instead of driving to work, you have that time to yourself. You can do whatever you want. You can better yourself while doing that because you have that time. Global Workplace Analytics found out that you spend about $2,000 to $6,500 just on daycare or childcare and gasoline. Now, wouldn't you rather spend that money on yourself or on your family or someone else instead of spending it towards gas or childcare? Now, Maria Kramer and Murur Zavary from the New York Times, they are both authors there, interviewed Jeff Anderson, who is 61. He stated that he much rather would be working at home. He doesn't have to listen to politics, and he doesn't have to stand around a copying machine talking about all that stuff just as the regular person would. And then also, Nicholas Bloom also found out from a very popular study done by him that 13% of Chinese transportations, or people who transport to their work and stuff are 13% more efficient working at home than having to transport somewhere else. So in conclusion, I think this year has been a total chaotic year and it's been nuts, but we're getting through it somehow, but many jobs are being affected by this. So COVID will be changing the way America does business this year, and I talked about how it has affected different ranking jobs, how your work life might overlap with your home life, and how working from home might not be that bad. So maybe one day in the future, we'll all be that one employee sitting at home, not dressed up so professionally as everyone thinks online for that business meeting.